Just working with our company, you're going to get to work with a lot of bright individuals.
Everyone is open and ready to help you, and definitely big on advocating for making sure that you succeed and reach your potential.
Everyone's goal is the same, to make the best products that we can for our clients and make sure that it is everything and more that it could be.
What's kept me here? Our culture. We're genuinely a very great group of people. Everyone's just always willing to lend a hand.
When I have a suggestion or a concern and I voice it, leadership actually hears me.
As a consultancy, every person has a role and has something to bring to the table. There's just a lot of opportunities here if you're up for the challenge.
Jump on board, be part of the fun ride, because we're going places.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there is just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Bertner Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
Thanks to you. Standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Hey, Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
good evening once again. Welcome to high school volleyball on IndianaSRN. Tonight from Bishop Chatard, it'll be the Trojans entering tonight's contest at 2 and 3. They're hosting the Golden Eagles of Guerin Catholic, who enter at 1 and 4. Great to have you with us. Our second night of high school volleyball here on IndianaSRN. We're ready to go for a big matchup tonight. And then by the time we get to the weekend, there are going to be a lot more tournaments coming up for both of these teams. Hannah, I'll tell you what, we were watching and are watching these two teams warm up, and they know each other pretty well. I would venture to say they have probably seen each other in club volleyball. They've seen each other over the years. So there isn't a whole lot of mystery probably between these two teams.
For sure. I think it's going to be a really good battle tonight. I think that it's going to be a battle of defense, a battle of offense, all of the combined things. I think they both have really, really good attackers. They have both really good defense. Looking at the lineups and just their rosters, I think we're in for a really good match.
Well, as we said a little bit ago, this is a conference matchup, by the way, between these two teams, so they want to get a big win here tonight. Neither team is exactly burning things up early in this season. We got a long way to go, though. We're going to talk about both these teams individually. If you get off to a slow start, and you've been coaching long enough to know if you get off to a slow start, sometimes it's hard to right that ship. What are these two teams, and how big of a game is this tonight to maybe start that turn into a season that you can get yourself ready for by tournament time?
For sure. I think that, it comes with being able to stay disciplined and making sure you're working hard in practice, doing all those things. I think that it's going to be a match where I think building off of the win could potentially kickstart a really good season for either team. And even, losses and wins don't tell the whole story,
Yeah.
So I think that we should come in expecting a really good match and don't take, their records for what it is. Because I think they're going to both come out swinging, both come out with really, really big defense. And it'll be a really good match.
All right, let's talk about the Golden Eagles of Guerin Catholic. We are a little bit familiar with them because just a couple of nights ago they played Mount Vernon, who we saw last night home against North Central, and pretty much dominated that matchup. Once they got rolling, they really had that match in hand at 3-0. But what do you see in Guerin Catholic? I know you're going to talk about some of their big hitters here and some players that are going to really be a key here tonight on a team, again, as we said, that's 1 and 4.
Yeah, I think for starters, Leah Shane is going to be a big force for Guerin. She is number 4. She is rostered as a middle blocker, but we're seeing her right now. I'm seeing her swing on the right side, so be expecting her either in the middle or the right side of the court. But she'll be big. She's had 55 blocks last season, so she'll be a really big defensive force for Guerin. Maddie Fritsch is another player I was looking at from last season who had some big numbers. She was playing behind a senior who they graduated, so I'm assuming she will be their go-to hitter. She's going to be the one taking the most swings tonight, so I think she's going to be a really good force for Guerin. And then, I think their libero is going to also most likely be Natalie Laughlin, and I think she'll come up really, really big for them.
Okay, those are the big names to watch tonight for Guerin. By the way, one thing that we noticed a little bit about these teams, and you watch them in the warm-ups, and it's a little bit different warm-ups, and when we start the match, things are much different, but there's some pretty good hitters on both these teams. Just watching them this early, could be a lot of play at the net tonight.
Yes, I think net play is going to be a huge factor. Who's going to stuff the most balls, and on those jousts, where the ball's hanging up right in the middle of the net, who's going to be aggressive? Who's going to go up and pound the ball and not just tip it right over to give the other team a free ball? I think defense is going to be another huge key for both of these teams, and having that defense lead to their offense, because you can't get up and set up your hitters without a good pass or a good dig. So building off of that defense to lead into that offensive net play. So
before we we'll take a break, talk about Bishop Chatard here in a moment. The one thing that we have noticed early on in this season is the amount of mistakes. If you can cut back on the amount of mistakes, not giving that other team more opportunities to score. And I bring that up because last night when we did the matchup over at Mount Vernon, Mount Vernon in their previous game had 0 receiving errors, and that didn't happen very often. Now, that it wasn't the case last night, but then North Central really had a difficult time just receiving and putting a ball in clean play.
For sure.
All right, we'll talk about that and more. Bishop Chatard coming up in a couple of moments. This is high school volleyball on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back once again here at Bishop Chatard, a circle conference matchup between these two teams. And as we mentioned a little bit ago, both very familiar with one another. Let's talk about the Trojans. 2-3 coming in, off to a little bit of a slow start. We know they have some talent, and we'll see that come through, I'm sure, here tonight. What do you see in the Trojans?
For Bishop Chatard, one of the big names that's going to be a huge key for Bishop Chatard tonight is number 15, Charlotte Dudek. She is an outside hitter. She is doing really, really well this season so far. She's coming in with 34 kills on the season already, which is a pretty good number to have for such an early start to the season. She's averaging about 2.8 kills per set and is actually, fun little fact, number 6 in the Circle City Conference for kills right now.
Wow.
So we will see what she does tonight. I think she's going to be a big, big go-to for Bishop Chatard. Along with that, Caroline Wilmerine, she's number 10. She's a sophomore. Didn't play last year for varsity, but she is going to be a huge key for them. And if they can establish her early in the game, they are going to be really good. And things are going to go really well for Bishop Chatard if they can establish her. Along with that, Grace Gwen, their libero. She is a great little libero. She is averaging about 3.5 digs per set. And just to put that into perspective, the two teams that were in the national championship for Division I volleyball last year averaged 3.6 digs per set last year, and the other one averaged about 3.8. So
wow.
She is a little stud back there. So.
By the way, we're going to get keys to this one in a few moments. I want to bring up that we have the IndianaSRN Power Polls this week. We're going to get your thoughts, okay? Here in the state of Indiana, we're going to start with 4A. Castle is number 1, followed by Yorktown, Hamilton Southeastern, New Pal, and Crown Point. Any big surprises right there in the top 5?
Not that I can think of. Hamilton Southeastern, I will say, they have been a dominant team for quite some time. Yorktown, again, I'm pretty sure they have an outside hitter who is committed to Indiana University. So those two teams definitely do not surprise me.
Yeah, some might wonder why Hamilton Southeastern is at the top of that poll. I mean, you're number 3, but they did pick up a loss or two here early. In 3A, Northview number 1, followed by Tri-West, Roncalli, which most people think they're probably going to win 3A, then Danville and Hamilton Heights. Yeah,
Roncalli, another really strong team that has been in the top for quite some time. Even when I was playing, in high school, I remember them being at the top of their game and the top of their 3A class. So.
In 2A, your number 1 team is Tecumseh. Then it'll be South Adams, Western Boone, Woodland, and Park Heritage. Don't know if there's any big mysteries in that one either. And then in single A, we have Fremont number 1, followed by Evansville Christian, Trinity Lutheran, North Davies, and Shakamak. So those are the latest in our power poll. And by the way, I forget what they call the Z ratings is what they call in volleyball now, is coming out, I believe, by next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
very interesting.
Z ratings, it's kind of like in football when you have their ratings, and it goes through all the different strength of schedule and everything else. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how that all...
breaks it down a bit more. I love that.
Certainly does break it down. Tell you what we'll do. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll get keys to this one here tonight. As Hannah will have that information for us, we'll see if it all comes true. By the end, we'll write it all down just to make sure. That's coming up next right here on IndianaSRN.
faithfully standing with us, you are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Back once again here at Bishop Chatard. By the way, high school football tomorrow. We're back here at Bishop Chatard, Hanover Central, and the Trojans here on IndianaSRN. So we have a busy week here at Bishop Chatard. Let's talk about keys to this one. I know you spelled things out for Guerin Catholic. What do they got to do to pick up a win tonight?
For Guerin Catholic, I think, being in an environment like this can get tough. So staying calm, not letting this crowd get to you, not letting, this rivalry they've got going on get to your head, staying calm, knowing what you can do, knowing your abilities, knowing who your go-tos are, and then also just attack.
Yeah.
Don't get timid. Attack the ball. Even, when Chatard gets a really big kill, coming back and saying, here's what we can do right back.
All right, we won't have enough time for Bishop Chatard yet. We're going to get to Bishop Chatard. Keys to their success coming up tonight. We'll do that in a few moments right here on IndianaSRN.
Oh.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located.
Up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and times we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is a leading equipment dealer and has been since 1955. Passion to care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermaker Local 374, where they represent highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction as well as metal fabrication in Indiana. Wheeler Mission. For over 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Bertner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. The Morales Group, we're in business to create a better future for you and your family. Northwestern Mutual, inspiring people to repeatedly take action on their financial goals. Indiana Labor's District Council, the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Labor's District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA. And the IndianaSRN sports page. Follow the sports page daily with updated sports news coast to coast. Go to IndianaSRN.org and click on the sports page tab. We didn't get to Bishop Chatard and the Keys for their win tonight. Your thoughts?
Yes, so for Bishop Chatard, I think taking advantage that you're at your home court. There is a big, big crowd here, and I think building off of that crowd is going to be huge for them. Take advantage of Caroline Wilmering. You know, Guerin hasn't seen her yet. She hasn't been on varsity, so I think using her, establishing her really, really early is going to put Chatard on top if they use her.
Okay, by the way, Bishop Chatard, each team is in their whites, other than the Liberos, and they're both wearing dark uniforms, and the Golden Eagles will serve first. We're actually at courtside tonight, which is a little bit of a different setup for us. We're usually up high about where the camera is, but we're down on the floor to begin this one tonight. Short set middle. Guerin is on the left, Bishop Chatard on the right. To the outside.
Good dig.
So far, we've got good rotation. And from the attack line, big swing. Maddie Fritsch there for Guerin. Back set right. Big time swing and the
huge
point.
Swing.
Emery Cardinal.
Yes, she is a beast up there. She will get up and rip that ball. Great play, though. Great defensive plays. Again, gonna hang in there.
Lizzie Karen will be serving. +1. By the way, the name Cardinal sounds familiar. That's going to be wide.
I don't mind that swing, though. I like that swing a lot.
Of course, Cardinal, the family Cardinal, is very well known. Now they've got a reversal here. I didn't see that call. I thought it was wide. You're going to take another look at the kill we saw by Cardinal moments ago.
Yes.
Side out, Bishop Chatard. Little
good
slide
dig.
to the right. That was McCurdy. Outside left and the kill.
Great swing. Number 16, Sarah Sedlak. Great swing there by her. And she's favoring that line. She likes that line shot a lot.
We didn't get the explanation of why that one was reversed, and that's going to be in.
Great serve.
Now, you talked about when the last time we did a broadcast, better to hit deep.
Yes.
If you're going to miss deep, right?
Yes, exactly. Missing deep, you're allowing your opponent to potentially touch that ball versus, a net. It eliminates that option.
Heck of a serve once again to the outside
Oh.
left and the block.
Great stuff. I think that was Grace McCurdy there. Or, I'm sorry, Gabby McCurdy.
So Gabby will get credit for the block there, and it's 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
Side out once again for Eckelbarger.
That one's long.
First service error. Last night in our matchup, Mount Vernon North Central, I think we'll end up with 10 total the entire night. And that'll be Natalie Long on the service error, so one each. Sarah Sedlak, already a kill tonight, serving now for the Trojans. And there's some miscommunication, but they're able to save it. Guerin to the left.
Great
Big time
swing.
swing on that one, huh?
Yes, Maddie Fritsch. She'll be huge for Guerin tonight. She's going to take a lot of swings.
Juliet Fear right in front of us, 5-3 Trojans, and now we've got a towel out to wipe up some sweat on the floor.
Yeah, good swing there.
So -2 here for Guerin. Boy, in the end of the floor where we are, you get a really good indication that sometimes how that ball just floats over the net.
Yes, the serves.
Yeah.
Yes, float serves, they are tough to pass. You have to get your feet there. You have to get your platform out early. Really beat the ball before it's getting to you. That way you don't get beat by it.
Back to a 3-point lead. This will be Gwynn on the serve now for the Trojans. Great block up front.
Ooh.
Well, that one
Nice
barely
job
got
there.
through.
Yeah, and you see Caroline Wilmering, she's already getting a piece of that. She's going to be huge tonight. Not a bad block by her. She just got to wrap her hand a little bit more around that ball, and that's a stuff every time.
6-4 you scored. 2-point lead for the Trojans. Side out Guerin. Kendra Zaz on the serve. That one
Great
found
swing.
the opening. McKinney.
Yes, great swing by her.
We saw so much last night as you get another look at that one.
Beautiful swing.
Any of the games we have done, we talk about how much momentum really makes a big difference, and that was big last night.
Yes. Momentum is always such a huge factor in volleyball. You can be down 5-10 points, get a little bit of momentum, and next thing you know, that score is tied again.
By the way, that was Eleanor Carlisle getting the point there for Guerin. Fritsch again serving. Nice swing, left side, and the point.
Mm-hmm.
Dudek that time, the outside hitter.
She'll be big for Bishop Chatard.
So side out Trojans. Once again, we'll see Dudek on the serve. Short set to the middle. How about Caroline Wilmering?
Yep, there she is. But I don't mind that play by Guerin. As you noticed, Eleanor Carlisle, she's on the right side right here. She ran around for that one set, and that wasn't a bad swing.
Got an ace on this one and a 5-point lead. So Dudek has an ace and a kill here in the first set. Now, let's be kind of clear about something here. If you're Guerin, you don't want this thing to start slipping away.
No, not at all. Especially, being away, Bishop Chatard has that home court advantage. The second they get on a big run, it's going to be hard for Guerin to get out of it.
Carlisle will be serving. Coming out of the lineup was Juliet Fear. 4-point lead again for Bishop Chatard. Well, that cross-court attack is going to be tough to stop.
Really, really good swing by Sarah Sedlak.
Second kill tonight. It appears early on that Bishop Chatard has the edge at the net. Talk a little bit about that, what you see.
Yeah, I think Bishop Chatard knows who their go-tos are. They, as you can see, they are getting touches or blocks on almost every hitter. And I think that is one reason they are able to get those swings and convert those swings into points is they know who Guerin's big hitters are, and they're starting to shut them down early.
So the point that time goes to Guerin Catholic, Maddie Fritsch, her second kill of the night. Side out here for Lizzie Karen. Well, the one thing that you always look for as a coach is consistency, and I think we've kind of seen that out of Bishop Chatard here in this first set.
Yes, no, they're very consistent, very well coached team. They're very, very disciplined, and their serve receive looks great. Their defense looks great. Their energy looks great. So great credit to the coach for getting this team ready.
Ava Eckelbarger with a 5-point lead. Boy, and how about that serve?
Great serve. You can see it just drop.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of times we talk about that. If you know anything about baseball, that knuckleball is what it looks like. It has no spin on it. It just kind of floats at you.
And then it drops last second.
Yeah. Wide on the attack. And all of a sudden, the Trojans have built a 7-point lead.
Yeah, and if you're Guerin, just settle in. You're getting good swings. You're getting good touches. Just get on top of that ball just a little bit more and just hit down. You're getting great touches and serve receive. You got to get a ball up to that setter. But that's all they got to do, and they can turn this thing around.
Boy, another point there for Bishop Chatard. And we've got a timeout on the floor, 15-7 Trojans.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Eckelbarger on the serve here for the Trojans following the timeout, a 15-7 lead. Guerin attacking on that left side. Here come the Trojans again.
Oh, great swing.
That was McKinney. This time to the left.
Oh, great block.
Great job up front by Easters.
Oh.
Easters again. This time it was Cardinal. Probably the best volley we've had all night.
Yeah, no kidding.
By long.
Great rally. You see Bishop Chatard's middle running back and forth on that net. Great discipline by her, but great finish by Guerin.
So the lead down to 7. Want to remind you tonight's game brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment, a leading equipment dealer for farmers, homeowners, landscapers, as well as commercial contractors in Indiana. Nothing runs like a deer. Give them a call at 317-849-0810. Long will serve once again. Lead down to 6. And that'll be the second service error on Guerin.
I don't mind that miss, though. She's picking on that deep corner, which is one of the hard places to receive from, so not a bad miss by her at all.
Sedlak will serve now for the Trojans.
Great pass.
+7. Short set to the middle, but a big-time block, and they couldn't stop, though, that middle.
Yeah, Emery Cardinal. Great swing by her.
So a lead at 6.
Oh,
the coach is coming out in Hannah.
Yes.
Trojans back on the attack, and that's going to be long.
Yeah, no, if you can tell, Chatard is definitely dictating the pace right now. Guerin is definitely playing defense to their offense. So I think, Guerin just stepping it up just a little bit more on their offense, and I think you're going to catch some points against Chatard.
Free ball here for Guerin to the outside. Didn't quite get enough lift on it. Point will go to the Trojans. Lead back to 6. Take a look at this one by Guerin.
Yeah, beautiful swing, great finish.
Side out for Gwynn. And the point. First ace there for Gwynn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great serve. You can just see it absolutely just drop right as it comes over the net.
Hannah, what I observed the most in this first set.
There it goes again,
There's
straight down.
Even when Guerin started to really pick up momentum, somehow they just didn't get over the hump yet. And you could tell that the way Bishop Chatard came right back, didn't really panic at all.
No, not at all. And Chatard is running a lot of plays. They're not doing the typical high set to the outside, quick set to the middle, high to the right side. They're running their hitters on different sets and different plays, which is keeping Guerin on their toes, having to guess where the ball is going, which becomes very, very hard to defend.
So Guerin gets the point back, thanks that time to Maddie Fritsch.
She's got a great arm.
So side out now for Henderzaz, down by 7 here in the opening set. Bishop Chatard back to the outside, and that'll be McKinney.
Yeah, she's impressive. She's very, very good on that right side.
Still think at this stage, though, Bishop Chatard has the edge at the net. I mean, they just have really brought so many big hitters up front.
Yes, I think part of that, too, is I would bet you they have scouted Guerin.
Yeah.
And they know who their hitters are, who their go-tos are. And part of that scouting report is knowing where those open shots are, where Guerin's defense isn't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group. They're in business to create a better future for you, your family, and the community we share. If you'd like more information, contact the Morales Group. And that'll be a kill. They're going to say that is long. The Morales Group number 317-472-7600.
And it looks like the up official called a touch on that. So I think that was Guerin's point.
Yep. Rich on to the serve now, -8 here in this first set. See if Guerin has a run into their blood here in this first set.
Great serve.
Good start, huh?
Great serve. You can just see that one just die right as it goes over the net.
Right now, Maddie Fritsch probably playing as well as anybody here tonight, especially for Guerin.
Ooh, I like the short serve, though.
The back set kept alive, and then the overpass at the net cost him, and Wilmering will get the point.
Yeah, great awareness by her to know that she had that block in front of her. Just tip it right over.
So lead back to 8. And we got a timeout by Guerin. Trojans up by 8.
Of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements, top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com. Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability, the guaranteed great customer experience.
After the timeout, we're back here at Bishop Chatard, side out for the Trojans. They lead it by 8, trying to seal things up in this first set of play.
Oh.
I'll tell you, a lot of Soft touches at the net.
Great defense by Guerin. Oh, another dig.
Sedlak from the left side. Trojans again. Not a great set there, though. Short set, middle, and the point.
Way to hang in there for Guerin. Not giving up on that play.
Yeah. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Boilermaker Local 374. They represent highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction, metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. For more information, contact Boilermaker Local 374, and Bishop Chatard comes back.
Yeah, there's a Caroline Wilmery, number 10 again. She is a big hitter. I am really enjoying watching her.
Couple of kills tonight already for Wilmering. Side out. Ellie Burchard will serve now, leading it by 8. Guerin just can't seem to get over the hump yet. Short setters that actually pushed it across, and the point eventually won by the Trojans.
Yeah, the Trojans look really good right now. Their defense and their ability to react on those plays that aren't the typical play where the ball is supposed to do what it does. They're doing a really good job hanging in there and getting that ball up still.
Set point now for the Trojans. We'll talk a little bit when we come back after the timeout about what is happening on the sets there for Guerin. But Trojans win the first set 25-15.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Back here at Bishop Chatard, tonight's game being brought to you in part by Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. They are a prestigious healthcare company, Passion to Care, driven by decades of expertise and a drive to go above and beyond. For more information, give them a call, 317-537-1811. Also want to thank Piper Logistics. For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper Logistics have consistently been the trusted allies for all your inventory management, warehousing, fulfillment, and transportation needs. For more information, give them a call, 317-396-1023. Hannah, I got to go back, and we talked about this just briefly before the timeout. Watching the set, every time that the Golden Eagles are setting, a lot of times they're trying to short set it, and they're not quite where it needs to be. What would you say to them right now to make that set more clean than what we've seen?
You know, I would say, hey, you have the hitters. You have the ability to dictate this match. And my assumption is that that's what the coach was telling her. You could see her kind of getting emotional over there saying, hey, guys, like, you know how to play volleyball. Don't let them dictate the match. And I think with that, you know, making sure you are setting the pace. Right. You are able to say, hey, this is the speed we're going to play at, rather than being reactive to Bishop Chatard's speed.
Now, there's a lot of that then when you're trying to set. Do you either, I mean, to be a setter, you need some touch, for sure. But it seems to me it's a lot harder to short set that ball than it is to set it regularly to the outside.
Yes, for sure. So those middles, you know, I think that setter and middle connection for Guerin, it's there. And I just think that setter needs to get a little more height to that ball, because Guerin has some tall middles. And when you have tall middles, it can be difficult to set because they do jump and they do have that height and that ability to put a ball away, but you got to make sure you're getting them at the height of the net that they can fully swing at the net. So I think if they can just tweak a little bit of things that they're setting and just dictate the match, I think it'll be a different outcome for them.
Well, let's see what adjustments will be made. Bishop Chatard winning that first set, as we mentioned, 25-15. It seemed like they were really never threatened throughout that first set. Even though Guerin a couple of times made a run here or there, it just didn't feel like they were really coming back as strong.
No, they're very calm. They're a very, very cool, calm, collected team, which I love. You know, they're emotional after the play, but during they're very, very calm. They're very settled, and they know what they need to do.
Eckelbarger serving here in the second set. And boy, and you don't like to start like that.
No. And that was another thing I think they could clean up is their serve receive, so they can get those middles established and going early, because the second you establish your middles for Guerin, it's going to be a different outcome.
I was watching Long on the replay there, and she kind of went back on it, kind of retreated, and there's a kill the other way. And that's one thing you don't want to do is retreat on those.
No.
Right?
No, with those serves, when they're floating like that, you have to beat the ball there, because the second you're stepping backwards to take that reception, that's when the ball floats and drops and goes right and left. And
kind of reminds me, if you're a shortstop or a third baseman in baseball, that block will go wide, that when you let the ball play you, that's when you're in trouble.
Exactly.
2-1 Trojans, side out once again for Bishop Chatard. Here is Sedlak. Boy, actually, I really like watching it from this end, because you get a really good indication. And I've never played volleyball, but you have a good indication. I'd be down here doing this stuff. My arms would be swinging back and forth, wondering where that ball's going.
Yeah, and you can see Natalie Launch. They're picking on her right now, and she's not doing a bad job. She just got to, I think, get her feet there just a little bit more, and she'll dime those passes.
Second service error by Bishop Chatard. Side out here for Guerin. Juliet Fearer on the serve. This one has the earmarkings of what we saw in the first set. Things were very close early.
Oh, what a dig.
Great job there for Gwynn. And that will go wide. And we're tied at 3. Guerin trying to take the lead for the first time here in the second set. That one clips the top of the net and goes down there for Sedlak.
Yeah, and you don't see that too often. You can see she's in the back row. You don't see at this level too many hitters hitting out of the back row. But I love it. I think it adds a whole nother dimension to your offense.
So back to a 4-3 lead. Wide on the swing there by Cardinal, and it's up by 2. And a timeout by Guerin. We'll take a timeout as well here at Bishop Chatard.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back here at Bishop Chatard, after the timeout, was it a timeout to say don't let this thing slip away, or was it a timeout for what other reason?
You know, based on what I was seeing from the coach, I think it was more of a timeout of, hey, we're better than this.
Right.
You know, we're not showing them what we're fully capable of, and we need to step up our game so we can really show Bishop Chatard, hey, this is what we're made of.
By the way, Guerin thought there was a lift on that last play by Bishop Chatard to no avail for the umpire up top. Ball clipped the net and the ace.
That's a tough one.
Boy, you got the timeout and all of a sudden they roll off 3 in a row.
Yeah, that's a hard feeling as a coach. You get a timeout, and you come in hopeful. You're like, all right, let's go. And then, you let another 2-3 points get away from you.
The back set and
Good.
the point.
Yeah, that's working. I think one other thing Guerin can start doing is their middles are their big hitters. And I think Chatard knows that.
Yeah.
And so on those perfect passes, when you can run your middle, Chatard is knowing that they're going to get set and just stuff blocking him every time. So I think if you're Guerin, being able to kind of diversify your offense a little bit more and then go back to those middles.
Big time swing on the outside by Dudek. A little bit too short that time for Fritz, trying to sneak that one across, point to the Trojans.
Yeah, I don't mind what she's trying to do there. I think she's just trying to tip right around that block. She sees it in front of her. Not a bad error. I think she just needs to put a little bit more strength on that, and that'll get tooled.
So a 4-point lead now for Bishop Chatard. It has been, for Guerin, very difficult to get anything in the middle.
Yes.
How about that block?
Wow. Great block by her. Also, great swing. Charlotte Dudek, incredible swing. And then, number 11, Kiera Wolf just hanging in there for that dig.
So a +5. Free ball here for Bishop Chatard. They'll go to the middle, and they found that opening up left.
Yes.
Yeah, you're going to see Caroline Wilmering right there.
Wow. Beautiful block. And you can just see her teammates absolutely just attacking her after that.
I'm surprised some of these young ladies don't have a whiplash as much as they get pushed by their teammates.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, and Guerin, after that timeout, they just can't catch a break now.
No.
Wilmering is really dominating that middle.
And I had a feeling she would, she's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
She is a dominant force up there. I'd be excited to see her senior year.
7-point lead. This is coming after the timeout. They'll get a point back right there.
Good swing. And if you're Guerin, you've got to build off of that.
Maddie Fritsch not only gets the point there, she'll be serving. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Dynamark. If you're looking to elevate your brand, make sure you choose Dynamark, your one-stop shop for all your print signs, promo products, apparel, as well as mailing needs. And that one a little bit short there by Wilmering.
Yeah, no, I like what they're trying to do there, though. They're running Caroline Wilmering on a slide, and don't mind that at all. That's a great play. Just a little bit of a misconnect there between the setter and her.
By the way, Dynamark, another great sponsor of high school sports on IndianaSRN. Give them a call at 317-328.
There you go.
25-55, and there's the point. They need a little momentum now.
Good swing by Eleanor Carlisle there.
Four-point lead to the outside. From behind the attack line.
There it is.
Carlisle again.
And you can see the whole bench on that play for Guerin just coming up off the sidelines cheering for her. Great swing. She found the seam of that block beautifully.
Back to a 3-point lead. Bishop Chatard trying to stop the momentum here, and they will. How about Dudek once again?
Beautiful swing by her. Again, right through the seam of that block. She saw it, and she just absolutely ripped that ball.
Ella Henderzaz is back in now for Guerin. Side out for Bishop Chatard. And unable to push that one across is Carlisle.
Great heads-up play by her, though.
Yeah.
That last play, she absolutely demolished that ball. So, there's Chatard ready for that hard-driven ball, and she's just trying to tip it right over.
That's going to be long. That is the third service error now on Bishop Chatard. we will see Julia Easters come back in for the Golden Eagles. And Eleanor Carlisle on the serve. There you go.
Good serve.
Back to 3. Is it more of a comfort level on where you want to serve? Because I will see some players will serve all the way to the right. That's going to be long. Some players will serve in the middle. Some will go on the left. What is it about where you want to serve?
I think it's preference.
Okay.
You know, some servers will, that's just kind of where they've developed their best serve.
Okay.
You know, but then you'll see some servers where they're trying to do that to target a specific zone on the other court. But for the most part, I would just say it's mostly a preference thing about where you're most comfortable serving from.
Sounds good. The overpass, and the point will go to Guerin. Lead still at 3. Kind of reminds me of a player at the free throw line where I think it's more of a psychological thing than anything, because I always want to teach them stay in the middle with your right foot up if you're right-footed or right-handed shooter.
Yes.
But a lot of players want to stand off to the side a little bit. I just don't think it does that much good.
No, it doesn't. But then you'll see some servers do that, and they have the best serve on the planet, and you're like, how does that logically make sense? And sometimes it's just either how you were taught, where you got the most reps from, and just where you're overall just most comfortable.
By the way, Sarah Seedlack is putting a really solid game tonight together, as is Dudick. Therefore, Bishop Chatard, it's a 4-point lead, and the point, Guerin.
Yeah.
Julia Easters this time. Side out Eagles. By her. Henderzaz will serve. Maddie Fritsch is back in. Guerin hanging tough here in the second set. They lost the first set by 10. Back set, big swing, and unable to handle it is Natalie Long.
Good swing. Also, I want to credit Chatard's setter. She is mixing up their offense beautifully, which is causing trouble for Guerin. As you can see, you know, they're having to guess almost every time where that setter is going to go. So great job by her. I think it's who is it? Eva Eckelbarger. Great job by her.
Lead at 5, and that's another ace. Unofficially for Bishop Chatard, I have Sedlak for 4 aces.
Wow. Good for her.
Of course, I wouldn't trust my stats if I were you. They're very unofficial. Lead back at 6. That's a clipper, but able to be kept alive, and then unable to get it across is Cardinal. Timeout once again. Guerin, they trail it by 7.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Back here at Bishop Chatard, I always like to ask a coach like yourself, what did they say in the timeout? You're playing so well as Guerin was, and now you're down by 7.
Yeah, and I think part of that is just being like, hey, come on, guys. Like, we know how to play. We've obviously just proved that. And so I think it's just bringing that level of consistency back up and going, hey, let's spread out our offense, being able to stay disciplined in serve receive. I think serve receive is a place that, Guerin's getting that it's hurting them in is serve receive for sure, because Chatard is dictating the pace of that.
Well, then you saw right there, Bishop Chatard did not receive that well, and they still were able to get the point.
Great swing by Dudek there.
See, but you know what I mean? When you looked at that last play before they got the point, it looked like mass chaos out there, and they still managed to get the point. That's got to be a little disheartening if you're Guerin.
Yes, no, for sure. And, when you have a team you're sending something over and they're getting it back on your side every time, it is a hard mental game to come out of that. Because you're like, oh my gosh, that was such a great swing, and then that they have a great up or a great touch, and it's very hard as a hitter and as the defender to come out of that.
Well, somehow that ball rolled along the net. Bishop Chatard couldn't get it back, and I thought they were going to do it again.
I know. I saw that last play. Then, just stuck an arm out. Sometimes everything is just going your way, and right now it looks like most things are going Chatard's way.
It's like being on Love Island, isn't it? By the way, we got to get an update here pretty soon. Nice block up front. It kept alive in the middle by Wilmering.
Wow. Chatard is everywhere. And when you're playing a team that's like there's no empty spots in the court, it's tough.
Yeah.
It is tough as a coach, as a player. You're just like, what else can we do?
Side out here for McKinney. By the way, if you don't know, there was a Love Island reunion that Hannah's going to tell us about before the night is over. Anytime you want to chime in on that, let me know, okay?
Oh, will do. Might be a while.
That's going to be Long on the attempt there by Long. Not if I keep bringing it up, it won't be a while. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Chuck is right. I'll force it. 22-14 lead at 8, and another ace. McKinney gets her first.
Yeah. And if you're Guerin, you've got to follow that to the line. As you can see, both players right there just kind of looking at each other, hoping the other one's going to take it. Somebody's got to be aggressive there and just go for that. Oh, wow.
Got a rotation violation?
Yeah, out of rotation. So my assumption there was that the setter was crossed over somewhere or libero. Can't be doing that.
Set point. Lead at 10. This was close, believe it or not that long ago. And the point.
That's a great set. Beautiful set there. Lizzie Kieran. Also great finish by Maddie Fritsch.
Fritsch is right now about the only offense they have going consistently.
Yeah, and I think if you're Guerin, use her.
Yeah.
I honestly think that Guerin might be trying to force her middles just a little bit too much. You got Maddie Fritsch on the outside able to put those balls away. I think if you're Guerin, keep using her, then go back to those middles.
What I find amazing, again, here on the floor level, is the reaction time that you have to have as a player. We'll talk about that and more in a moment. A identical 25-15 win in the second set. Trojans lead it 2-0.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
High school volleyball brought to you tonight by Officially Human. Their mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and the court. Do your part by practicing good sportsmanship. If we don't have officials, we don't play. Also by Indiana Labor's District Council. The 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Labor's District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA. And by Family Source Insurance. Pat Cherry is your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Call him for more information on coverage at 317-894-7000. That, by the way, before we get to Nick, that, by the way, for Bishop Chatard was impressive, the way that Guerin was making a run, and then all of a sudden they just took off.
Yeah. No, and I mean, it'll happen like that. You know, you get a little bit of momentum there, and then the opposing team will get a good kill, a good block like Chatard, and then they just run away with the set.
Yeah. All right, we talked about Love Island. There was a reunion.
Yes.
You didn't finish that. What happened?
No, you know, they just kind of got together, talked some. It was great.
That's it?
Yeah.
You're not telling me the whole
stuff.
story, are you?
Huh?
You're not telling me the whole story.
No.
How about Nick? How does Nick feel about Love Island? By the way, those that don't know, Nick is your boyfriend.
Yes.
So how does he like Love Island?
You know, I think he likes it because I like it.
Okay.
And you know, he's great. He puts up with me. He does great there. So
you sit down together with popcorn and watch Love Island.
Oh yeah, there was a period of time. I'm totally gonna call him out here. He totally was like, oh, who got sent home? Who did this? Who did that?
Really?
What's going on with these people? Oh yes.
He was getting into it.
He
that
was.
much. Really? Wow. Man, no kidding. Nick, you deserve a lot of credit.
That he does.
That you'll sit around and watch Love Island.
Oh boy, he's gonna ride me when I get home.
Well, we'll talk about that next time. How Nick responded to.
Yeah.
What's Nick's last name?
Oh gosh, let's not do that. Let's get into all that.
Yeah, what's his social security number? The last thing we have before we get started, we got to find out. You used to play dogs when you were a kid. What is playing a dog?
You're just hitting me left and right, aren't
well,
you?
Well, wait a minute. They're still talking about their lineup. So what did you do playing a dog?
Pretty self-explanatory there.
Not really.
No?
I mean, you're 5 years old, you said? And
something like probably younger.
Really?
Yeah, my cousin could tell it better than I could.
And you were encouraged to bark and scratch?
Well, I think my cousin has the best story. So sadly, you know, she's not here, but.
You know what? I have two dogs. You know what they do more than anything else?
What do they do?
Sniff each other's rear end.
That wasn't a part of it, so.
That was probably more than you wanted to know, wasn't it?
Yes, probably.
Okay. All right. Well, we got it out. I told you it was going to happen.
Yes.
Third set, and just inside the line.
Good swing. Well, back to volleyball.
Yeah, let's talk about volleyball now. Boy, I tell you what, it has been fun to watch. I know Guerin's probably thinking they've been kind of shell-shocked. They played as well as they did in that second set and still got beat by 10. But this is a pretty good Bishop Chatard team. That one just gets in.
There's the donut.
There it is, the campfire.
Campfire. And that's a rare error for Chatard. They've been digging those up. You know, I think that's just a miscommunication error. You know, bounce back from that.
Carlisle got the point that time for Guerin. How about that block? McCurdy once again. That's just a little bit wide.
Not a bad miss by her, though.
Long thought she had it. 2-1 Trojans. Now, a lot of these teams, if you watch the scores, they get to Saturday and play all these invitationals, and you're playing, I don't know, how many generally are you going to play on a Saturday?
Oh, boy. You know, depending on the tournament, 3, 4 games, you know, and I'm assuming, you know, varsity, they're playing best of 5.
Right.
So that's a lot of volleyball, you know.
After that error that time by Guerin, service error Bishop Chatard. That is only their 5th. I only have 2 service errors by Guerin. Juliet Fear on the serve now, down by 1. See, that was an example. Now, they didn't finish that well. But you noticed the beginning of it, kind of darted off that way, and you thought there's no way they're going to make that play, and yet they somehow almost did.
And I think that's just credit to their team chemistry. They know and they're trusting each other, and their team dynamic is really good.
Yeah.
You can just tell based on how they play. They know where their teammates at. They know what ball is theirs, which ball is their teammates, and there's a really, really good mutual respect between all of them, which is causing it to show on those chaotic plays.
So Guerin now leading it by 1. To the outside.
Oh, there it is.
Oh. Well, they think it was touched. Maddie Fritsch.
I saw a touch.
Now here's the issue I have with this. You're going to see it again.
Right here, she swipes it off the block, I believe.
Hard to tell.
And it's hard to tell from that angle. From the angle I had, it looked pretty cleanly touched.
Here's the issue I have with the floor judges here. They're generally students.
Yes.
And they are JV or freshman players. Why put them in that situation?
Yes. And as you can see, Bishop Chatard not arguing that at all, likely meaning they did touch the ball.
Right.
But no, I do agree with you. It is a lot of pressure as a line judge in a big call like that to put on, somebody who's 14, 15, 16 years old. It's a lot of pressure.
Well, not only are you asking them to go ahead and make the call, whether it was in play or out of play, but you're also asking them, was it touched by the other team? And sometimes that can happen so fast, there's no way.
For sure. It's a lot to ask of anybody.
Yeah. 5-3 Guerin. Well, that'll settle that issue on the outside. Dudek once again.
Good swing. Her ability to see the block is incredible.
Yeah.
Almost every time you can tell that she's intentionally putting the ball exactly where the defenders are not.
Side out. This will be Grace Gwynn.
Good pass.
Right now the idea is to go outside to Fritsch.
I would agree.
Point to Guerin, 6-4. Into the lineup now for Guerin will be Kiera Wolf.
Yeah, she's been having some great plays.
Yeah.
I like her in the back row. She's really good. Very steady player for them.
Lead at 2. And to the outside, the McKinney hit. And the point, McKinney will serve.
Guerin's doing a much better job, though, of knowing where Chatard's going to go. Ella Carlisle? Not Ella. Emery, I'm sorry. No, Eleanor Carlisle.
Yeah.
Yes, my fault. She's doing a great job going pin to pin there.
That is the second ace for Carlisle. Here's the point I'm making. I'm sure that some of the fans are like, why are you beating a dead horse again? As well as Guerin played, they still were only to manage to get a 2-point lead, and now we're tied again.
Yes. It'll be interesting to see. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh. I did.
Well, Maddie Fritsch.
That is gorgeous.
Ooh.
Gorgeous.
But they're going to have more than her, though.
See that again. That's a beautiful play. As you can tell on that replay, they ran their middle on a 31 set, and they brought their outside around for a 2. Great play there. Great play.
That's going to go against Carlisle at the net. Point will go to Bishop Chatard. Back in the lineup will be Henderzaz. Side out here for Dudek. Tied at 7, third set.
Good block.
Outstretched arms by Carlisle again. Short set to the middle, and Carlisle unable to get enough lift. Point will go to the Trojans. And just like that, back to the lead.
Yep. But if you're Guerin here, you got to stay in it. This is the point in the sets where Chatard's kind of ran away with it. Stay in there. Be aggressive. Don't let up.
That was a great play by Burchard.
Yes, great defense.
Point Guerin. We talked about how difficult it is, though, to come from 2 sets down. I mean, you got to win 3 in a row. That's difficult.
No, it's a very difficult thing to do. It's not an impossible thing, but it is a difficult thing to do.
Tied at 8. Side out once again. Golden Eagles. Carlisle serving.
Good touch.
See what the Trojans have here. Cross court wide.
Good job there by Guerin. They set up their block really, really well there, forcing that outside to hit out of bounds.
Guerin really, though, loves to go left. Most of the time we've seen that attack from the left side. Back there again. Swinging wide.
Oh, and a net call on Chatard. But yes, no, back to your point, it's working for him. You know, Guerin's getting their kills on their outside.
Yeah.
You know, and I wouldn't be surprised if they went back to their middles here shortly.
10-8 Guerin. 2-point lead. Well, need a point, go to the outside, and you'll get it with Sedlak.
Yeah, Chatard's outsides are very, very impressive. You know, the second, Charlotte Dedek goes to the back row, you got Sarah Sedlak coming right back up, and you got another big hitter coming. It's a good thing to have if you're Chatard.
Renee Waugh will serve now for Bishop Chatard -1. And there's that left-hander that you just can't trust.
Great dig.
Excellent job by Fuhrer. Oh, my.
That's tough.
I thought Guerin was going to be able to play that back, too.
I did, too.
Well, Guerin just cannot get that separation that they're looking for, can they?
No, not right now. But, hey, they're hanging in there still. I think if you're Guerin, continue to hang in there. Continue to swing. Don't let up. And there's that middle. Julia Easters.
Easters with the point. Back to a 1-point lead. Side out, Lizzie Karen. Changes both sides as you get a look at Lizzie Karen on the serve. Outside left again, and the point.
Good swing. And I'm pretty sure that's one of their JV players.
Really?
I believe so. Number 18?
Yep, sure is. Lead at 2. Trojans.
Oh, good dig.
See what Bishop Chatard, the slide to the right. Guerin trying to force this to a 4th game.
Great dig by Fuhrer. Oh, and the finish.
Dudek, oh, take that back, number 15, Cardinal.
Yeah, and you can see she's a fiery little player, and I love it. She's hyping her team up, and if you're that person that's going to hype your team up, go all in. I love it.
Second kill by Cardinal tonight. Back to a 3-point lead.
And then there's the block.
Back once again to Cardinal.
Yes. And I think the reason you're seeing Guerin pull away is their setter is spreading that offense and spreading that ball, which is making it very, very difficult for Chatard's blockers to know where that ball is going to go.
Well, Cardinal almost made another fantastic play right there.
Just caught it on her way down just a little bit.
Her dad, player at Purdue, went to the NBA, spent several years just being a hustler.
Oh, did he really?
Oh, yeah. Cardinal up, say that's in the middle. This time looked like that was number 6, which was Easters.
Yeah.
Side out, Eckelbarger. It's a 2-point lead. They had 15-12 up. It's actually 14-12. Back set to the right,
Oh.
and the point. McKinney.
Good swing by her.
As well again as Guerin's played, though. They're only up by one. That's
I know.
amazing to me.
It is. Chatard will not go away.
No.
The second you're up, you got to keep on that gas.
And that one is going to be blocked up front. Looked like that might have been McCurdy.
It was.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Aspen Creek Grill. Delicious food and servers who genuinely care about their service. You will not be disappointed. Aspen Creek Grill in Noblesville.
Oh.
Short return, and all of a sudden the Trojans are coming right back.
Yeah. Second, you think you might have a little bit of a breathing room. Nope. Got to nail a pass here if you're Guerin.
I would love to know who Bishop Chatard
Oh.
played in their first two games. We got a net violation, I think, against Bishop Chatard.
Yeah. It looks like she went out for that overpass kill and just to clip the net just a little bit with her hand.
Natalie Long will serve. And that'll be the third service error tonight on Guerin. Will that open the door now for Sedlak and the Trojans? The 15 points, that's where Guerin has been all night, like 15, 15, and now 15.
And I think this is where it becomes a mental game, too, if you're Guerin. You know, saying, hey, you know, we've pushed it to be this close, this far in this set. We can't just roll over and give it to them. We've got to stay on the gas, stay aggressive, be confident in our skills, and know that we can put a ball away.
To the outside, and that's going to be blocked out of play.
Yeah, good job. Maddie Fritsch there, I believe.
Juliet Fuhr tied at 16, third set.
Great serve.
That's her first ace of the night.
Looked like it was going all the way to the left and then curved right around to the right.
So now Guerin has battled back to take a 1-point lead. The
Nice
block
job.
up front by Cardinal.
You can see she's getting fired up there, telling her team, come on, let's go, we got it. I love it.
Yeah, she's been a huge spark.
She has.
Back to a 2-point lead. Now make it 3.
Yeah, and you can see when Emery Cardinal's up there, she's getting over that net. She is a big blocker. Part of the reason probably why she's on that right side is to shut down Bishop Chatard's Sarah Sedlak and, you know, Charlotte Dudek. So.
Well, now the lead is at 3. We have seen this movie before where Guerin's gotten up and then Bishop Chatard manages to come back. So now they got to keep that momentum flowing.
Yes, for sure. And if you're Guerin, making sure this serve gets in that court, you know, creating pressure, making sure you're not giving Chatard any reason to pound that ball back in your face.
Bishop Chatard looking for their third win of the season. Guerin trying to win their second. The one official is down at the scorers table.
Probably checking timeouts, if I had to guess. Yeah, just told Bishop Chatard's coach she's got one more timeout left.
Side out, Fuhr. That's going to be long. So Guerin only 5 away now from going to a 4th set.
Good tip.
You are not seeing Guerin also making as many mistakes as they were earlier.
Yes. Guerin is definitely adjusted their offense, their defense to Chatard, which is exactly what you want.
To the outside, looking
Great
to the
read.
middle. Ball kept alive. Now Guerin back on offense.
Wow.
Cardinal again.
Yeah, now you can see Guerin is dictating the pace.
Yeah.
They are the ones determining the speed of the game, how they're going to play the game, all of that, and that is exactly what you want.
Bishop Chatard is kind of on their heels right now as that's hit into the net by Cardinal.
Mm-hmm. She was trying to go down the line there. It was wide open, too.
That was the last kill by Cardinal. Side out, Bishop Chatard. Tried to hit that one right there in the corner, unsuccessful.
Mm-hmm. And if you're Guerin, stay aggressive. Aggressive has been working for you. Tips haven't. So if you're Guerin, keep swinging.
Short serve, the overpass, and in the middle there is Wilmering.
Great swing by her.
Of course, now if you're Guerin's fans, you're like, uh-oh, here they come again.
Yeah.
Very rarely do you see an overpass doesn't come back and bite you.
Oh, great dig.
Looks like we may have another net violation. Did they get Wilmering?
You can see number 10, Lizzie Karen, busting her butt to get that ball. Great defense by her. Great pursuit. Way to not give up on it. Game's on the line. I love it, going all out.
Well, I didn't see who might have been in the net, did you?
I wasn't able to see it.
Back to a 3-point lead. Back to 4 now.
Mm-hmm.
Another timeout. Trojans trail it 23-19.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has...
Well, Guerin trying to extend this one. Kara Wolf will be serving +4 here in this third set. What do the Trojans have going for them now? They went to the outside. It was blocked, but it went wide. The point will go to Bishop Chatard. They're down by 3.
Reese McKenney, yeah, she's been a solid go-to for them. You know, she doesn't have a lot of flashiness, but she's consistent, and she is able to be that reliant person that Bishop Chatard needs when they do need a point. Great swing by her.
So again, the lead at 3. McKinney serving. Short set middle. Excellent job there by Wilmering. Trojans back to the outside. They went power once again. It'll be Dudek.
Great swing by her.
Almost feel like Bishop Chatard kind of went away from that for a little bit.
Yes.
They didn't seem to be as powerful as they were right there.
Well, you saw the last couple of plays, Dudek was tipping a little bit right over the block, and Guerin was ready for it. So that last one, she went up and just cranked it, which is why it was working for her.
There's Maddie Fritsch once again. 3-point
Yeah, right
lead.
in the middle, too.
Yep.
I love it. I love that they're bringing her around in the middle, giving her a different look at the court.
She really gets up there.
She does. There it is.
So Guerin battles back. Thanks to Maddie Fritch and the play of Emmy Cardinal. We will go to set 4 in a moment.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline. It's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot. It's not a game.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Welcome back once again to Bishop Chatard. 2-1 now as Guerin battles back and wins that third set 25-21. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Wheeler Mission. For over 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. If you'd like more information or you'd like to volunteer, give them a call at 317-686-6239. Well, now the momentum has swung to Guerin. If you're the head coach of Bishop Chatard, you sailed through the first two. What are you telling your team?
I think just telling them, hey, go back to what you know. Don't be afraid to swing away at the ball. You know, I saw Charlotte Dudick get a little bit tip happy there. She has a powerhouse of an arm, and she's got to use that. She's got a great shot selection, and she's overall great. And then you've got Sarah up there, who's also putting balls away, along with Caroline Wilmerine. I mean, those are a great combination of hitters to have. And I think going back to what you know, dictating that pace. So now, you know, if you're Chatard, saying, hey, they dictated the pace. Guerin's dictated it. Let's get back to dictating how we're going to play and the pace we're going to play at.
All right, so if I may, is the dictation of the pace made more by what the coaches want them to do, or are the players dictating that themselves? Because I'm like you. If I'm going to keep doing that, you can't stop me. I'm going to keep doing it until you do. So who dictates it?
I think it's a combination of both. I think it starts with the coach, but then it has to be in the players saying, hey, let's go. You know, this is working. Outside's working. They're not shutting down this player, so let's keep going back to her until they shut her down. And the second they do, go back to this player. You know, and I think it also just comes with energy. How are you going to respond when you don't get a good kill, when you don't get a good pass, or when you're not getting the balls to fall the way you want them to? How are you going to respond? But I would say it starts with the coach, but kind of trickles over into the players.
Well, give Guerin credit, because they didn't let that one slip away.
Great job by them. I'll be interested to see how they respond in this set.
Side out, Bishop Chatard, Eckelberger on the serve. Back to the middle once again. I'll tell you what, Fritch is tough.
She's a great player.
Chance here for Bishop Chatard once again. The set a little bit off the mark.
Wow.
Side out here for Maddie Fritch.
Yeah, she's got an arm to her.
Boy, no kidding. Guerin on top, 1-0.
Great up.
Oh, it came back down and hit the ceiling, which is in play,
Yes.
unfortunately.
Yes. And typically there you want your libero to take that second ball when your setter takes first ball. Because of this ceiling, it caused that miscommunication between Cardinal and Fuhrer there. So tough loss there.
Yeah, that's tough. Tied at 1, side out. Sedlak serving.
Good swing.
Well, I tell you what, Cardinal has played well tonight.
She has. I'm very, very impressed with her over on the right side.
Fuhrer will serve. 2-1 Guerin. Trying to force this to a 5th set.
Oh, what a swing. Oh, what an up.
Wow.
Oh.
That was worth watching there for Hendersauce to keep that alive.
No kidding. And even though that play, didn't fall for Guerin, that's a tough thing for Chatard. You're saying they got 3 great touches on that. That's hard as a hitter when you're swinging away at the ball every time and you're getting touched.
Yeah.
And the opponents are getting those touches on you.
By the way, 6 service errors now by Bishop Chatard, only 3 by Guerin. The momentum of this one has definitely shifted toward the Golden Eagles. Bishop Chatard trying to hold on here tonight, and that's going to be blocked out of play. The point will go to the Trojans, and we just lost the scoreboard.
Oh, no.
Somebody kicked it out underneath. We know who to blame. I saw who it was.
Oh, boy.
It was Gabby McCurdy. They'll
Good
continue
pass.
to play without the scoreboard.
Oh, what a shot. Beautiful shot there.
I was watching to see over at the scoreboard. They were trying to get it figured out. So far, they haven't done so. Take another look at this one. Excellent. Down the line.
And I think that's Natalie Bowe.
Substitution 8, Maddie Fritz for 7, Ella Ingram.
So Natalie Bowe, number 18, B-O-E. Now it's a 3-point lead.
Wow. Credit to Guerin.
They're going to go there again, aren't they?
They're going for the seam now. In between those two players. Great serve. Hit it right where coach wanted it. Oh, what a block.
Dudek on the block.
Great play by her. You saw her see that middle going on that slide that whole time. Tracked her all the way out to that pin. Roofed her. Great block by Dudek.
Got another look at it right there. Dudek will serve. Second ace she's had tonight.
Yeah, and Lon's right there. You saw her just jump a little bit in that serve receive. It can cause it to do wonky things. She's in a great spot to receive that ball. Just got to, keep her feet on the floor.
Back to a 1-point lead. Great play at the net there by Wilmering. Short set, Wilmering. Wow. Guess who?
Fritz. And you can hear her teammates going, line, 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 calling it for her. So great job by her teammates who are seeing that block up in front of her, telling her where to go with that ball.
Well, if I'm a college coach, I'm watching Maddie Fritz.
No kidding.
I'd love to have her on my team. Good block up front there by Bishop Chatard.
There she is again. And you can see her just getting up and ripping the ball. She has no fear.
3-point lead. Bishop Chatard on their heels. Point, Golden Eagles.
All Guerin right now.
Well, if you tuned us out after the first 2 sets and thought this is over, guess what? You're missing a really interesting comeback here by Guerin.
Yeah, I'm very, very impressed with Guerin's ability to turn that around. You know, it's hard. You're down 2-0. It's a battle.
Yeah.
It is a hard place to be as a player, as a coach. So great job by Guerin, by their coach, to get them back in this match.
Well, you're down 2-0. That's always the mental part of it, thinking, how can we come back? And Guerin's right now showing that, leading it by 3. Now 2. Sedlak has had a nice night in the kill department. I have her for 9.
Wow.
And 4 aces.
Wow. Great performance by her.
Served there by Burchard, and
wow.
the point.
I love it. She hasn't done that all night, and then when you're least expecting it, goes right over. Great job by Guerin.
Back to 2. You even see the body language is much different from Guerin than it was.
Yes, yes.
That was a clipper on that one. They get a point back the other way thanks to Sedlak.
Good swing by her. And Guerin's blockers there were in a great position to get that ball. Sedlak just beat him to it. Great swing, great awareness by her to know where her open shot was.
See, now let me ask you that. Just watching Long that time, you talked about her keeping her feet set. You kind of tell she was back on her heels a little bit.
Back on her heels a bit, and then she kind of jumped up slightly. She's got to stay low, beat that ball to that reception.
So they go after her again, huh? Doesn't seem quite fair, does it?
No, but, you know, if it works, it works.
That's right.
Oh, what a block. Easters.
First block by Easters, and Les, what did I see happen right there?
Looks like potentially a net violation.
Well, that's tough. That's a tough call.
It is.
We just saw the replay. I didn't think I saw anything there.
If it was pretty minor.
No kidding. Tied at 9.
Good zig.
Well, that one kept alive, though, by Fear.
Yeah, good awareness by her.
And the point. Sedlak, by the way, another kill tonight.
Yeah.
Now I've got to ask you. We'll get to the point here in a moment. Back to the middle. How about that block?
Great swing.
McCurdy blocking Fritz. That doesn't happen very often.
Oh, and there's Cardinal on the stuff.
Your legs don't appear, and that's my point. Are your legs now starting to still feel okay?
You know, when I played, my adrenaline was just going.
Okay.
And you get to a point where you're in this tough set and you're in this match, and adrenaline and just your instincts kind of take over. Now about an hour, 2 hours after the match, you're pretty sore, you're ready for bed, let's just say that.
Like you got to get up and go to class tomorrow.
No kidding.
That was a great serve again by Fritz, who's played just an excellent game tonight. Back set.
Love that play.
Cardinal.
And you can just see Cardinal giving all the love to her setter there. Great play by her, great awareness by Guerin. She brought both of those hitters into the middle on a quick set, spun it back because she saw those blockers pulling in.
What year is Fritz, by the way?
Fritz is a junior.
will undoubtedly.
Oh, it looks like they're out of rotation again.
Yep, second time. Fritz will undoubtedly be in the All-Star game, I would think, when we broadcast the All-Star games every year. She'll be there.
Maddie Fritch?
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt about it.
So the coach is asking about who's out of rotation, so they're going to ask, which I don't like this rule either. I think the coach should be able to talk to the officials.
For sure. Because, you know, it does totally become a game of telephone of, oh, who said this? She said this.
Yeah.
So.
Can you see that in football or basketball? I mean, that would never work.
No.
No.
Coaches can get pretty heated.
But I would rather hear the explanation from the official myself. So then there's no questions. Well, I tell you,
good point there. Good point.
Cardinal able to get to that ball. Had to sidestep a teammate.
Oh, what a shot.
Free ball here for Guerin.
Good heads-up play there.
You know what I find hard to believe right now? That both these teams are under 500. That's going to be long. Was it touched?
Doesn't look like it. No, I would agree. It'd be interesting to see who they've played.
Yeah.
I know Chatard just played Brebeuf, I believe. But
I know Guerin did play Mount Vernon.
Okay. Yeah, tough conference.
But still, it's just hard to believe that Guerin's 1-4.
I would agree.
Now, we got to clarify that we say 1-4 if Max Preps is updated.
This is true. This is true. Can't fully trust it.
No, never do. 13-12 Guerin.
Oh, wow.
From the middle, there's McKinney.
And you see the play that Guerin's been doing. Chatard just did that right back. They brought their right side around for that middle set. Caught their middle off guard.
We are tied at 13. Now this right there is kind of what we saw in the first two sets. We haven't seen that in a while.
No. And if you're Guerin, you're in that spot of, oh gosh, we can't let this happen again. So making sure you're shaking that air off like it's not happened. There's a famous saying from Ted Lasso of be a goldfish. Goldfish has like a 2-second memory.
Oh, yeah.
What a swing.
Wow. You know, if I had Cardinals energy, I'd be unstoppable.
No kidding.
Man, look at this.
I love it. That replay, she gets that swing, turns around, just gives all the love to her setter. And you can see her setter just like, yeah, good swing, good swing.
Tied at 14. Let's see what Guerin does this time. Cross court and wide. Good attempt there by Dudek.
Yeah, great angle on that ball. She went thumb down, which causes that ball to cut straight across the cross court.
I'd still like to do what they do in tennis, where they can have that machine that really focuses in
Yep.
on whether it was in or out.
Yes. Oh, great touch.
What if I don't give this back?
They might come get you for it.
So McKinney serving. Looks like we're going to go right down to the wire here in the fourth set. And the question is, who's going to crack first?
Good play there.
Not Carlisle. Side out here for Natalie Long. Fritch, Carlisle, and Cardinal have been the really key players tonight for the Golden Eagles offensively.
What a swing.
And then you go to Dudek.
Great swing by her.
You know, a lot of times we probably think that volleyball physically isn't as demanding maybe as basketball and such, but when you watch all the players out there and watch how much they got to jump and everything else, I think it's pretty demanding.
Yes, for sure. I mean, when you think about it, you're practically sprinting for the duration of the rally.
Yeah.
You know, if you just watch the middle blockers, I was a middle, and it was the worst place to be because you're in charge of making sure every single block has 2 people on it. And it is physically tough. You know, you're going side to side. You're transitioning off the net to be available to then hit the ball. So when you get into these 10, 15-second rallies, you're practically sprinting for the duration of that whole time.
Long on the attempt, and it's a 2-point lead. Guerin. Side out for Carlisle.
You can tell Coach just said go to the middle.
Looks like we have a violation against Guerin.
Yeah. She jumped over the plane of the net before the setter made contact. Can't get in front of you. As a middle, it's hard when you have a ball right on top of the net. You want to go get it, but if that setter is setting the ball, you can't interfere with it unless it's fully on your side of the net.
By the way, McCurdy is in now for Bishop Chatard. Back to the middle. Good swing and the point. Sedlak.
Yeah, she's come alive here. Both her and Dudek are just dominant on that outside pin.
Side out here for Burchard. The overpass back to Bishop Chatard. Played at the net there by Fritsch. Oh, so close there for Easters.
Very close.
And we've got a timeout on the floor. Trojans lead it by 1.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Burtner Electric Incorporated is fully licensed and bonded electrical contractor for your protection. Our electricians are available 24/7 for service calls and specialize in electrical service and storm damage repair. For more information, give us a call today.
Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose
19-18, Trojans with a 1-point lead, 4th set.
Ooh, good swing.
That's Fritsch again from that left side.
Oh, I like what she was trying to do there.
Nobody home though.
No.
So
Trying to dump that ball.
So who was supposed to be at home over on this side?
Well, she was trying to catch that outside pin coming in for the middle to block Guerin's middle, trying to dump it behind her, but just caught the tape just a little bit too much there.
Trojans lead it by 2.
Good block.
Now make it 1. There is Maddie Fritsch.
And you know, when you're in this set as Guerin and as Chatard, you look at the score and you're going, okay, it's about 20, right? 20-20. There's been a term recently called the red zone for volleyball, where it's, you know, you're about 20 when you're in the 20s, and it's you don't want to make any errors. You want to be forcing the other team to make errors, because when you get in that, you know, five-point gap where you're about to close a match, you want to be able to not have errors and be forcing the other team to make those errors.
So we got to remember the red zone.
Red zone.
Gotcha.
No errors in the red zone.
No errors in the red zone. That's right. Tied at 20. Cardinal.
Great dig.
Push toward the corner. Fritsch tried to save it. Great effort.
Great awareness there. I think that was McKinney. Push that ball over.
Yeah. Reese McKinney, number 17. Cross-court attack, 1-point lead. Bishop Chatard wide. Well, I'll tell you what, no matter who wins this, Bishop Chatard, as well as they played, but then Guerin, they're going to come away going, look what we did in that third and fourth sets. That's how we got to play.
Exactly. You know, win or lose for Guerin or Chatard, you come away with going, this was a great game. We left it all on the court, you know?
Yep. Back to the middle there for Easters. That's Cardinal.
Oh, good up. Gwen there.
Cardinal again. Nobody wants to give up the point here. And the block in the middle by Easters.
Great block by her. Working hard to get out there, close that block, just absolutely roofed.
Maddie Fritsch on the serve.
Great block.
1-point lead. Now for Guerin. Here is Cardinal. Oh, and that might have been out.
It looked like it was going out.
Cardinal.
But what an up by Gwen. Grace Gwen there just flying in, reading that so well.
Now Cardinal on that last play right there, I think she was undecided. Did she hear a player behind her? Is that what was the miscommunication?
I didn't fully see it, but from what I did see, it looked like she went up to swing at the ball and it was a bit behind her.
Okay.
And when the ball gets to be behind you, it gets very difficult to control.
Back set down the line, and the point there is Caroline Dudek again.
She's a great player. Her awareness is very, very good.
I have her for 10 kills. Trojans lead it 23-22.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah. I've all of a sudden become a Bishop Chatard fan.
We really focus on modern applications.
Again, that they're 2 and 3. 23-22. Guerin trying to stay alive. That's going to be wide. And we are at match point now for Bishop Chatard. Here is the return now. And that'll do it.
Wow. And who else but Dudek, right?
Yep.
Great swing by her.
Unofficially, Dudek with 11 kills on the night.
Wow. Oh, that's impressive.
Your thoughts? I tell you what, I got to give credit to Guerin because after the first 2 sets, I thought this is going to be a quick 3. But for them to come back and play well in the third and really played well in the fourth set really shows you something about them.
Oh, for sure. It says a lot about a team's ability to go down 2-0 and lose by what, 10 points each time?
Yeah.
And turn around and win. Like, that says a lot about a team. So great job to them. Way to stay disciplined. Way to know, hey, this isn't how we play. You know, that third set, they played great. They dictated the match. They were able to use Guerin's free balls and Chatard's free balls and Chatard's mistakes as an asset to them.
And when you look at Bishop Chatard, as you see the celebration right there, they're going to be pretty good. I'll tell you what, by the end of the year, you're going to want to know about them when the tournament rolls around.
Oh, 100%. You know, you've got Charlotte Dudick, Sarah Sedlak, you've got Caroline Wilmering, and then Grace Gwen in your back row. That's a great combination to have. Yeah. And they are a solid team. They mix up their sets. They mix up their offense beautifully.
Well, big win tonight for Bishop Chatard. They win at 25-15, 25-15, 21-25, and 25-22. Want to remind you that tonight's game has been brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment, Passion to Care, Boilermaker Local 374, Wheeler Mission, Burtner Electric, the Morales Group, Northwestern Mutual, Indiana Labor's District Council, and the IndianaSRN Sports Page. Thanks for being with us. Closing thoughts on this one as we leave. We got more volleyball coming up, I know, very, very soon. Football tomorrow night, but if we see a lot of more games like this, we're going to have a lot of fun the rest of the year.
Oh, we sure are.
There are going to be some good players and good teams to watch, no doubt about it. Good to see you again. Say hi to Nick for us. Don't forget to watch the latest episode of Love Island and the reunion. We'll talk more about dogs next time as well. Thanks for being with us. Have a pleasant evening, everyone.